everyone. Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Chaldeans. I'm Junior Binno, your host, along with my co-host Anthony Toma and a good friend and entrepreneur, Jennifer Babby Atamian from Jen's Invites, which I'm sure, as you see out here, many of you may have used her in the past. Hi, Jen. How you doing today?
Thank you for having me both.
It's awesome to have you. Well, let's get into you and your business. But before we do, I know we were in a lot of the business, same business back in the day. So let's get into how you were an entrepreneur and a business owner with other businesses before you got into this business.
Yes. So I actually started off fairly young. My dad purchased a wireless giant for me. So I owned my own store. It was in Livonia. I was there for about 3 years. And I was approached by Wireless Toys actually to manage one of their stores in Southfield.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there as well for about a few years.
Rocking it too.
Managing it.
Yes.
Yeah, I took a store that was actually very, very low and managed to make it one of the top stores.
Yeah.
Did you have some great salespeople? Was it your management skills?
A little bit of both. I had a lot of salespeople. I actually did a lot of business-to-business sales.
Mhm.
So that's what
nice.
of helped with my
That's what Lena
numbers
kind of,
as
that's
well.
where Lena Davish got her kind of.
Yep, Lena was doing Sprint, and she was doing big stuff because we were a multi-carrier at that time.
Correct,
because
yes.
we were working, I was in Fenton, she was working out of Southfield, but
Gotcha.
she was my go-to.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah,
the
she would
store
be
I
able
was
to-
at was actually their corporate office.
Yep,
Mhm.
So I used to see a lot of the dealers coming
Oh,
in and
cool.
out every day. So
Yep.
I was friends with all of them.
yep. We've been
You said
boys,
your
though.
dad started. Your dad started you in a business. Who's your dad?
Mike Babby.
Mike Babby.
Yeah. He used to have a liquor store, Schoolcraft Liquor, sold that years ago. And
Okay.
Her nickname is Babs with us, by the way.
Babs.
So if anybody
Okay.
remembers, this is Babs, the real Babs.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Not,
where did you grow up?
I grew up in Southfield and
Okay.
then moved to West Bloomfield and was there for a long time actually.
Cool.
And that's pretty much it. After Wireless Toys, they started going through like a restructure. We got laid off, and so then I didn't know where to go.
Do yep.
And I was approached by T-Mobile to become a rep. So
Okay.
it was something different instead of, it was on the other side now.
Yeah.
And then I started visiting dealers, and I actually used to visit
Yeah.
Junior's store.
Oh, nice.
And I then stopped visiting dealers, and we started moving to Radio Shacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was moving up to like Bay City, Saginaw, Flint.
Well, you're traveling all over the place, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's a lot of work.
Move back for a second on the conversation, and let's go to your father,
Yes.
right? That was a big push to say to your daughter, hey, I'm getting you a business. It's the wireless business. Because, I mean, not to take away from it, it was dominated by the male figure, right? It was
was,
all of us
yes.
that, there was very minimal women. So he pushed you to get into it, and then you got into that position of having a wireless giant. Were you all for it, or were you a little bit timid at first?
So I actually used to work at his store, and in the
Okay.
back of his store, they used to have a little section where we sold pagers and
Yeah.
Your dad's
cell
store.
phones.
Okay.
Yes.
The whole
So I used
pager
to
boom, yeah.
actually
Mm-hmm.
manage that for him, and I was like 12, 13 years old
Oh,
working.
jeez. That's so
and
awesome.
then it
That's not a common age for
Kinda.
us, is it?
Yeah.
To get-
And then, so I was there for a long time, and then, it was a store that came up. It was small,
Mm-hmm.
and, it was on, like, right off the freeway on 96 in Merriman. And
Your brothers and sisters that worked with you?
they were all younger.
Okay.
My older sister never really was into it, and then my younger brother, as he got a little bit older, he did help me out.
Okay.
His
What's
name
your-
is Chris.
Okay.
He's actually a CPA at PwC.
Oh,
in
nice.
Detroit. Yeah.
And so you have one brother?
I've got two younger brothers.
Uh-huh.
One is Julian. He's still in school. He's actually going to be a CPA as well.
Oh, good.
And then I've got an older sister, Heather.
Okay.
She actually lives in Grand Rapids. And I have a
Grand Rapids is
sister-
booming out there, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully moving home soon.
Yeah. Okay.
It's tough, but she may be at more peace, believe it or not.
And you're going to say,
And then I have one more sister, Candace, and she's actually a PA.
okay.
She just had a baby recently.
God bless her.
God bless. God bless.
Baby boy
She
or
had a
girl?
baby boy.
Oh.
I've got seven nieces and nephews.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
one more. Chris, actually, they're expecting another.
Beautiful.
Since we're kind of on the personal tip, why don't you tell us about your family, your immediate
So
family?
I'm married to Adiz Atamian.
Adiz.
and One of
Junior's
Junior's really
boys.
good friends. I've got two boys, Andrew, who's 7, and Anthony, who's 5.
Oh, nice.
Tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tone.
Little Tone. They're great soccer players, by the
All
way.
right.
Yes.
I'm not favoring anything here. They actually play pretty solid.
Yes, my oldest actually plays travel for the Jags.
Ooh, nice.
Yep.
So we travel a lot. We were just in Chicago for a tournament last week, and then a couple weeks ago we were in Cincinnati.
Cool. And then, so how was Jen's Invites born?
So I started off in 2010 is when I really kind of took off. I was pretty much doing like stationary orders, like, you know, the little cards you take to weddings and you put the money on. Like here and there, one person here, one person there, nothing crazy.
Right, but so how did you get started? Like what?
I love stationery. I love paper.
Okay.
And it was more of just a hobby. And I just, you know, would always buy like notepads and cards and always give everybody a card. So I kind of was looking into it and I was like, maybe I can add invitations to like my hobby.
Yeah.
You know? So I found this company and I ordered a few of their albums, nothing crazy. Did like one order here, one there. I did my wedding invitations actually.
Okay.
And then
That makes sense.
a couple of years later, I believe it was in like 2012, I had a request for somebody who found something on Pinterest. I think this is kind of when Pinterest started picking up. And she found this invitation. She loved it. I said, I don't know. I don't carry this. But let me see what I can do. And I just kind of started researching. I found a vendor who has this paper she wanted. I found this other vendor who had this jewel that went on it. And I kind of just put it together. And I'm like, man, I can probably do more of these.
How much money did you lose on the first order?
You know what? I didn't actually.
Okay.
That's good.
I didn't. But, you know, you experiment. And I got some samples, you know, and put it all together. And then a year later, I threw it on Instagram as a business. And it kind of just blew up.
Wow.
I branded
And that was
myself.
Jen's Invites that you branded under,
actually,
right?
at first, when I first started, it was Invites by Jen.
Okay.
And then I wanted a kind of a different name. I couldn't think of anything. And I hooked up with Riva
Kalashu?
Nefsu.
Okay.
I don't know her maiden.
No, she's not
Riva-
married. Yep, so it's...
Yeah, she's married.
No, I'm saying the one I was saying is not, so...
And she made my logo for me. And, you know, we kind of just came up with a simple name, just Jen's Invites.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I honestly, I mean, everyone kind of just... I get introduced to people as, oh, this is Jen from Jen's Invites. So,
Isn't that cool?
yeah.
This is Jen from Jen's Invites and Channel 4's best, voted best
I did win
invitations.
4 out of the last 4 years, actually. 2015, 16. We skipped 17.
Who was the one that cheated?
No.
Who
I lost.
Who cheated us out of 17?
Or how many divorces happened in 17 that nobody called?
I lost to Lace Boutique, but they were great. They deserved it.
Okay.
And they
Good.
actually, and we worked together too.
Yep.
So
Lace is
they're
Chaldean
great.
owned too.
Yes.
Yep.
They're out in Troy.
Yep.
You said
Great
Lace
people.
Boutique.
Yes.
It's a.
She
what's
does
that?
a lot of like actually anything you want for your wedding.
Okay.
And then she also does invitations as well. So, you know, there's no sense in having any competition. There's enough
It's too
business to
big.
go around for
Oh,
everybody.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
there's-
for sure.
You can have 4 weddings in one day
Yeah.
in our community.
And I see so many every day. There's a new Instagram with somebody doing invitations. And I honestly, God bless whoever wants
Oh
to
yeah,
do it.
yeah, for sure.
Well, that's
I
another
have
thing
my
too.
clients.
Well, I was saying that's another thing too. This stretches beyond weddings anyway.
It does.
So
It
so
does.
to have that, I mean, you got it in entertaining. You have a lot of categories. You have kids' birthdays. You have bar mitzvahs.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
have,
everything.
you know, and so forth. And you're not just subjected just to Chaldean community anyway.
No,
You're
never.
beyond that at this
Yeah.
point in time.
I mean, I do a lot of like Jewish weddings, Lebanese. I get so many Lebanese, you know, and Arabic clients that want half Arabic. Half
How about
English,
Armenian?
and
Yeah,
I
so I
do.
was
I
gonna
do a lot of
say. Okay.
Armenian. I actually.
We gotta make sure we plug them up
get-
today.
My husband requested we change the name to
Yes.
the show to Keeping Up with the Armenians today.
Yes,
just the Armenians.
Chaldeans /
Armenians.
All right.
Yes.
We also got a request from Armin Direction to change
I
the
love
name.
Change it.
Armen.
Keeping
Yeah.
up with the Chaldeans and the Armenians.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of requests for, you know, a lot of different things. And I honestly have never really said no. I pretty much find a way to get it done.
That's
Nice.
great.
Yeah.
Do you work with anybody throughout the community? Are you linked with like June
I do,
and Andy
yes.
and Lawrence and
Absolutely.
these guys?
June Abro, Lawrence
Yep.
and Andy would top that table.
Yep.
Renee, the florist. And there's so many that I work
Yeah.
with. And
Good.
we, you know, honestly give each other so much support. It helps.
That's the best.
I will say I'm probably one of the vendors that they see the last, like in the end. So it's hard for me to refer them to, like, let's just say,
Right,
a
right.
photographer, because that's something that they book right
Before all
off the bat.
this.
Yeah, off the gate.
So it's a
Before all
little bit
this.
harder. But.
So how long of in advance? Okay, so let's start with the weddings because that's your most common ones. So let's start with the wedding part of it. How far in advance do I need? Like you're saying, you're at the bottom of the list, but
Right. So
where-
a lot of
where
people
do-
kind of forget and they leave it towards the end, and then 3 or 4 months before, they're like, I need to order wedding invitations. Oh,
Right.
when's your wedding? And it's like in 3 or 4 months. I'm like, you need to order.
Yeah.
Now.
We honestly recommend 5 to 6 months before. And if you want something more custom, they take a while. There's some invitations. Honestly, I've ordered from 6 different vendors, and everything comes in at different times, and then you assemble everything.
Right.
And it's hard when, people want things last minute and they want something so extravagant, but I don't have the time to.
So for some of the audience that haven't seen it, when you say assemble, I mean, I know I got invited to a lot of weddings throughout my life, but to assemble, meaning from one envelope to the next envelope to the next envelope and to the next box or whatever.
Yes and no. So some invitations are multiple parts. So you've got, a back layer and then a top layer, and then there's some of them that have, like, for instance, this white one that's on the table in the center.
Yeah.
That gold piece comes separate. If you want to grab it, Junior,
Yeah, I do.
So this was actually one I just did recently for
That's
Darren
beautiful.
and Dina
Oh, wow.
Namu. So this comes separate from one vendor. This book was from a different vendor. Then these cards were from a different vendor. So
Oh, wow.
everything kind of comes together. When they came in, I had to put this onto the card, this onto the book.
Oh, you assemble this.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have some help.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Yeah.
too, Jen's invites assembles
Yes.
it together when they
Yes.
get them.
So I don't assemble all of them.
Right.
Most of the custom ones, yes, because you're not going to pay, X amount of
No.
money and then get all these parts and expect them to put it together. But then the bride and, her friends and family, then they'll put together, like, this goes into the envelope.
Yeah.
Even the envelopes we address them for them if they want. There's custom stamps. So there's so many different
bit of
things that
everything.
people do now to make it so much easier and convenient. I print all of people's envelopes. And so when you're getting it, you're literally just stuffing and sealing. You don't have
Yeah.
to sit there and figure out a way to print
Wait,
your
who
envelopes or
helps
do
you with that though?
labels.
Hold on, we gotta.
So,
I was told I gotta.
so my assembling, I actually have,
Adis?
my husband helps me.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
He's
He-
the.
He doesn't do any of that. He doesn't do any of the licking, but it comes with glue dots, and he puts all the dots on there for me. And then I'm the one I'm a perfectionist, so I have to make sure I put it actually on the paper.
And you guys do this in a 40,000 square foot factory, right?
Right on our kitchen table.
Okay, right.
That's sometimes
I also
just as big,
have-
right?
I will say my mother-in-law, she's amazing. She does a lot. She calls me and says, do you have any work for us to do today? So,
That's awesome.
yeah, she comes
That
over
is
all the
awesome.
time, and she'll just come to help me, and she leaves.
Well, they're hard
But-
workers. Your
Does
husband's
she
side,
bring
too.
food?
Yes. She doesn't need anything.
She doesn't eat. Oh,
I've
boy.
offered her so many times she doesn't like to eat.
Oh, no.
I know he's not Chaldean, but even though he's married to one, but their family owns a salon too, Adis's
Yep.
family, and they got their own hairline
What's the name
product
of
too.
the salon?
Yes, the salon's in Northville. It's called Salon Fusion, and they actually have their own hairline or hair products. It's called Atamian,
Oh, wow.
and they've got a shampoo,
legit.
conditioner, and an oil, and I know they're looking to expand it. So
Yeah.
Very cool.
They do very well.
It's solid. Just to let you know from the outside, seeing them two work as a couple, it's pretty solid the way they do it. Between their scheduling on their times, between the kids,
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
taking care of. He's got his own businesses too.
It's kind of hard. So I do have an office, which I used to do this all out of my house, and first out of my mom's house, then out of my house. Then I had kids, and then I'm bringing clients over, and the kids are crawling between their legs. So I'm like, all right, it's time to expand. So that's
so
when
you did
I
what?
did get an office.
Yeah, you did whatever you had to do to
I
get
did,
started, and that's
yeah.
what all our viewers should do too. I mean, if they
Yeah.
have an idea, start small so you don't have the
Yeah.
added expenses and
Exactly.
and grow, and then
And
as you
in my
did.
studio, I honestly only see clients there. I don't
Yeah.
do anything at all. I see them, I show them everything. It's just too much to bring everything to my house.
Right.
And that's in West Bloomfield on Orchard Lake Road,
Exactly. Yep. I'm actually
wow.
right on Maple and Orchard Lake.
right? Right where their English Gardens over there.
Okay.
Right next
She's in
to
the
it.
offices next to it. I
By,
think the
uh,
old
And
one.
what's
By
good
one-on-one?
is, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm right next to her actually.
kidding.
She's a great.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't
Cindy
Martin and them in there
Sigmani.
before?
Miss Cindy Sigmani
Yep, she does
Barish
one-on-one
now.
tutoring.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's actually Wally. I forget the name of his Alluring Impressions.
Alluring
Video.
Impressions. Okay.
And Anthony Simona with Quick Picks is in the same building.
Nice.
Yep.
And Dahlia Tisha, the wedding planner, she's
Mm-hmm.
in there as well.
Wasn't Jewel Clips in there too?
She was right next door to me. She's
Okay.
actually moved out now.
To a 40,000 square foot
Yep.
warehouse. Okay. That's cool.
And that's it.
Doing
So I
big
just
things.
see people
Well, did you
there.
just hear? She said more women than men in that.
Yeah, it's a busy place.
So I'm saying to
Yeah,
you,
it's a
like
woman's
that's
world.
it's a woman's world. Yeah.
That's Phil's building.
Phil
right?
Mansour,
Phil
yes.
Mansour.
Yeah.
Daddy, the man. He's the best.
But look at all that. Look at all that Chaldean affiliation. Look at the women that are coming up out of that.
Well, so we're here for them.
Yeah.
They want to come on. Jen took the leap of faith, and now she's in a 40,000 square foot warehouse.
Listen,
After the show.
I had to do everything I can to not get Adiz to be on this. I'm sorry I had to do it. This is the Chaldean show. She needed her time.
You blocked him out.
You know how many times he's gotten you're not Chaldean?
Oh,
He
man.
gets it all the time.
Can't see
He wants to join the, what is it, some basketball league at
The
Shenandoah.
league, CFL,
Sorry,
all that he
not
wants to
Chaldean.
Well, in the
support.
CFL, if
Oh,
you're
yeah,
married to a Chaldean,
you can.
you're in.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in.
Yes.
Get your cleats, buddy.
Yeah, so we'll make sure we got Tone and Andrew, the kids, coming up to
Oh,
join
yeah.
the CFL. So are you part of the Chaldean Chamber of Commerce?
I am not.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
I'm
okay.
not.
It's okay.
We'll send you a link. If
Yep.
you want to join, please join.
Yes, I will.
Tell us some of the cool things that go on with constructing this. Like, I mean, some of the fun clients you've met, to some of the wild ones that you've met.
You know,
Give us some experiences.
Honestly, I've met so many. There's some that I've done, their wedding, and now I've done baptisms. I mean, communion soon. Like, their kids are now going to be taking communion.
Oh, yeah.
I started off, I would now point out one great client of mine, Vonda Koza.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually Vonda Watha,
Yep.
married to Durade.
Yep.
I
Good
love
f-
her.
yep,
She
yep, good
sends me
person.
so many people. Like, there's not one person who asks, oh, I'm getting married. Oh, she doesn't even ask any questions. You got to go see Jen.
Right away.
It's
awesome.
like a given. She has
Yeah.
sent me so many clients, and I honestly appreciate her for everything. She's actually a preschool teacher at
Yeah.
Refuge.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys got little kiddos,
Kuza, you
she's-
said?
Yeah, Durade Watha's
Durade Watha's
wife.
But who is she?
She's a Kuza.
Who's her brothers?
You know,
It
Carlo,
would be,
Derek.
yeah. Yep.
Oh, Carlo. Oh, no.
Yeah,
kidding.
Carlos'
Okay,
sister.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Carlo,
So
Derek,
it's crazy. Everyone she sends me, they're all great, and I've become such good friends with like all of them. A lot of my clients actually. You build a relationship with them, and it's more. I'm not there to just do your invitations and to make money. It's more of like making their dreams come true with everything for their
Yeah.
wedding. They ask about so many
No
things, not just
hiccups.
invitations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I try to refer them to so many people, and I sometimes do so much extra stuff and not even make anything on it just
That's
because I want to
awesome.
help them.
That's
That's
okay.
awesome.
That's a
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's what's building your rapport up,
Yeah.
though, and making you so strong, and people can rely on you,
Yeah.
because of that, and see that. That's huge. Listen, I this is just me. A lot of Chaldeans in business, we tend to be that way. We push forth an extra effort than just the standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost like when you go into your aunt's house and she's not feeding you one plate. She wants to shove the whole fridge in your face.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing here. We just
Yeah.
go over and above and do it. I heard a little funny rumor. I don't know how. I mean, if you want to elaborate on this, but you do, after so many times of doing this, you earn your relationship with your clients that you get invited to the weddings or the events.
I do.
Well, that's
I
awesome.
have gone to some.
Yeah.
I can't do them all.
No, that's
I
tough.
can't.
No,
That's
just
a
sitting
lot,
over
but-
here. Look how many you got sitting
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
I can't do them all. There is a lot. And you know what? Some of them, I really do truly become such good friends with them. And, I mean, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. Do you plan on expanding, or what's the future of Jen's Invites?
I would love to. There's only so much I can do by myself.
Yeah.
And I honestly, with my husband and my kids and their busy schedule, I do a lot of this stuff at night when I get home and, feed them dinner, put them to bed, and then I sit down and it's like 9 o'clock and I'm typing up orders or, doing reproofs and assembling, and it's like, I'm dead tired.
Yeah.
I have no time to do
you've
anything.
established yourself. You have a great reputation. You have a viable business. Why not bring on some help and have someone else do the grunt work for you?
Yeah.
You just do the management side of it.
I'm so bad at, I'm like a micromanager. I'm like,
Yeah.
even for instance, my Instagram, I'm so bad at posting because I just don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
I have a ton of pictures to post on Instagram. I
Yeah.
don't have time to do it. I would love it if I can hire somebody, but then I'm like so anal about what they're posting and what they're saying.
Yeah.
Well, you can improve all that stuff. You'll
I know.
figure it out. I mean, it sounds like you've figured out everything along your entrepreneurial life, and anything that's been thrown your way, even when you were 12 years old working at your dad's store slinging pagers. I mean, sounds like you could figure it out. If you want to do it, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
And we also, if you take a look back at some of our previous episodes, she can rely on some of those people in our community.
Absolutely.
You have Chris Abro, does creative media. He may be able to help you out with some of the marketing and branding or getting your social media. We have Ferris Yar from Astute. He does it also. You got Alex Jonah. You got so many guys out there and girls that are in this field right now.
I know.
They'll give that hand to you and help out. I thought the same thing too. And the reason is because we like to do business the way we like to do business, right? So when that message goes out on the timeline for IG and you're looking like, wait, like why couldn't they have just like put this in the message? You know what I mean? Like, but see, how do you get them from level 1 to level 2, right?
You know, it's okay to be a perfectionist when you're delivering a product, but to put a message out or to put a post out online, you should no need to be a perfectionist. Just get it out there, put it out in front of the right people, and the right people see it, and then you'll gain more business. No one's really judging you on this little thing or that little thing. I mean, Bridezilla may, but not a.
You got a funny Bridezilla story, by the way?
I got a lot of Bridezillas.
Just give us one or two. You don't have. We're not asking names or anything, but
I mean, there's
a little funny,
it's not
quirky.
that they're Bridezillas, but things happen.
Demand
It's
is
crazy
high.
because I'll have brides who are expecting their package. And I tell them, okay, it's going to be delivered Tuesday. Your invitations will be here. Oh, sure enough, something happens with UPS, and they're not. The package gets rerouted, or now it's not coming till Wednesday. So now they're like, okay, I really needed those invitations. They were supposed to go
day
out
later.
They were supposed to go out last week.
Well, you should have ordered them 3 months ago, honey.
So you have no idea how many times I'm on the phone in the morning, like stalking UPS, and I tell them I need this package. And when you need a package, they're not coming to you till 8 p.m.
Right.
But when you don't, they're knocking on your door at 7 a.m.
And you're still in the shower.
You don't understand. I literally call. I tell them, can you just tell me where he is? And I've circled neighborhoods and I've found them all the time. It works out in my favor. Knock on wood.
Yeah, well,
but
it's
I've done
because
great.
It's because you're attacking it. You're
You
not leaving anything up to luck.
No.
Yeah.
And the question is, has luck ran out at some situation where invitations didn't go out in a timely manner? Because not just say your fault, like in sense of like the client not in time, and then also with the mailing.
I had a bride and I felt so bad. She ordered some custom stamps. We assembled all her invitations. Everything was perfect. They were ready to go out. Her stamps came in. She put them on, and I took it to the post office, and they said it was $1.19 to mail it. So we ordered stamps at $1.19. Well, then her mom took everything to drop it off, and they're like, "Oh no, this is $3.66."
Oh,
whoa!
And how many invitations was that?
350.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
wow.
So
another $500 they didn't plan on.
We ordered another set of stamps, and we were just gonna pretty much just place it right next to it, so there was two side by side.
Yeah.
Those stamps got lost.
Oh, jeez.
They were, mind you, expedited, overnighted. They got lost.
Jeez.
We ordered another set. We don't even know what happened. They never even made it
my
out of
gosh.
the building.
This is a story.
Yeah.
We went on for a week.
A week?
Yeah. 1 week later, the stamps finally showed up, and she was so calm. Such a calm bride. And
surprising,
she was
because
fine.
of the
It
pressure.
happens. Yeah, and they know it wasn't my fault. There's some things I just can't control. And the shipping and stuff like that, I can't control.
Yeah, of
and
course.
there's times, they take their invitation to the post office, and they say it's 70 cents, and then they take it to another post office. They're like, nope, it's $1.70, and
Yeah.
Makes sense.
it just doesn't. And every post office tells you something different, so we just, I don't take them anymore. I just want it to be their responsibility.
Right.
But I try to tell them, you've got a jewel on there. It's going to be more to mail. It's something that doesn't bend.
Well, they weigh
goes
it.
as a
They should be able to tell them right then and there.
It's a
They
surprising
do. There's
part
just
of
so
it.
many different ways
The
of
variables of
shipping.
time
Yeah,
of
for
this. Well, we see that you do a lot of cards
Yes.
and invitations, but let's expand on other things that you do with Jen's Invites, because it goes beyond this, right? So if there's stuff that I needed for an event or
Absolutely.
whatever.
Anything for the day of. So programs, menus, place cards, table numbers, napkins, you name it. I can pretty much do anything.
Good.
And I work with a lot of even the vendors that will need last minute, hey, we didn't order napkins for this wedding. Can you make it happen? Yeah, no problem. So we do a lot with each other.
Yeah. It used to be a common back in the days. I remember, you sneaking around your parents' bedroom and stuff. I was a little kid. I was like 6, 7 years old. I remember the matches.
Oh, yeah, matches.
Yeah, the matches were big back in the day. Remember? They used to be on the tables and
I
stuff.
actually still do them. A lot of my American brides still order matches, and they do the whole package.
Yeah.
Coasters and favor tags and, bags for your, for the hotel.
See the difference? Yeah. And then our difference is we spend it on the midnight snacks. We spend it on the photo booths. You know what I'm saying?
It's different.
Like we don't put the commodities in people's hands like that. Like, accessories.
But there's
stuff.
a lot of weddings you'd be shocked that do go, it's all in the details now. And I
Yep.
feel like Pinterest has just taken over, and everybody's trying to, get this big extravagant wedding, and it's all the little details that really do matter.
For sure.
And they do make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does all that.
It's a day. It's a one-time thing usually.
Yeah, unload, and wait to get the payback, right?
Yep.
The box in the end. I want to talk about these two a little bit. So what was these, you were voted best for what purpose?
Best invitations. This was on Channel 4's Vote for the Best.
Okay.
So they do it once a year, and then I honestly send out an email blast to like all of my brides and all my contacts and get them to all vote. You can vote actually every hour.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it goes
good.
for like a month.
Yeah, people have faith in your work, so
Yeah.
to be able to get it that many times, except for the one that skipped us.
Yeah.
Right?
It's all right. She deserved it.
Yeah. There's a little joke, but I want to see how this handles in your world. But what about someone who gets divorced, who had a wedding? Do they come back to you again and get another invite and go
Sure
through?
do.
Oh,
They
man.
sure do. We've done a lot
Gotta
of
have an invite.
Yeah, I'm saying
second
to you,
weddings,
like
and
second
guess
one-
what? Their second one, it was nicer than their first one.
They learned.
Yeah.
they learned. They learned what to adjust on all
They
that
do,
stuff.
but it's actually, divorce is so common now, and some of them are, getting married for
I'm
the
trying to
wrong
just get to my first
reason.
marriage.
We got you, June.
We got-
you.
As long as it's not a D's call me and tell me who he's got for me. Some of the candidates.
Yeah.
Some
that's
of the
okay.
candidates. Some of the stuff for expansion, besides that, are you looking for anybody to hire in? We did talk about media,
Yeah.
so you said you may need some help with media, but
Yes.
are you doing okay on the...
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Sometimes I do need some help with assembling, but honestly, I get so many, like my sisters, my friends,
Yeah.
a lot of them like to come over, and we make a night out of it.
Yep.
And I don't do it, like I said, for every invitation, but those custom ones where they've paid, a good
Yeah.
amount for it, then they want to see it.
What are the
assembled.
ranges of your invitations?
They range from $2 and they go up. And I honestly, I get people who come in and they're on a budget.
What's the
And
craziest
they-
that someone's ever spent on? Is the
I would
highest?
bet that's the Darren's.
We're not going to comment.
The middle
but
one.
It was a pretty expensive invite.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
very detailed.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, and some of them, they look a lot cheaper, but they're so thick, the quality of
The
it.
gauge of the
and-
paper.
And that's what it is more. It's more of the quality now and not,
Yeah.
the look of it.
So you're on social media. You're on Instagram.
I am.
You on Facebook too at
Yes.
all? Okay. And that's under Jen's Invites?
Jen's invites for both.
Cool. So they can DM, message you on any of that stuff. Who are some of the people you want to talk about that you work with in the industry? Give maybe a shout out to in the industry.
So some of my friends actually a lot of them are as well doing things on their own. My friend Angela Jaboro, she's Angela Jaboro Photography.
Yep. Hey Angie.
That somebody should actually
Yeah.
be on here.
Yeah.
All right.
Be
Yep.
great.
Angie,
Get
we're
her
gonna
out
get
here.
you.
Javon Kassab, she actually manages Bianchi's salon in Birmingham, and she's got her own headwear line.
Yeah. Javon Jane.
Javon Jane.
Yep. Yep. We got to get her on too. She's been making stuff for a while.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I've
been out
seen-
there.
I've seen
she's
her
great.
Yep.
for
She does
years
a
and
lot.
years and years. She's been out there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice hat collection and
Yep.
the whole
Snapbacks,
Stuff
and
for the women.
a lot of head stuff. So flower crowns. She does a lot with weddings as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And anybody else that like in this line too, you share? I know you said the the florist herself, Renee, and a few others too. Anybody else? I mean, it doesn't have to be Chaldean. Anybody else that helps you out, that gives you that extra push too?
I honestly I get so many referrals from everybody.
Yeah.
Who else?
And then all your success and you give back too as well.
I
And so
do,
you-
yes.
yeah.
I actually, I always donate whenever I can. And it's hard to donate invitations.
Right.
So I usually just do gift certificates. I do a lot to, like I've done Matt Shania golf outing.
Yeah.
I forget how many years it's been.
Yeah. Think he's is it coming up or he
It's
just
coming
had
up right now,
yeah,
I think.
yeah, think
It's
I
golf
think it's
season, yeah.
This
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
Baskets of Hope. I did Game on Cancer for Henry Ford.
Okay.
Let's see, St. Hugo, Mother of God, Calc. I do a lot. And
Do your kids go to St. Hugo?
no,
they too
they're
young?
at Walled Lake Public
Oh, well,
Schools.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But a lot of I know so many moms that go there, and one of them reached out. They were doing some event. And she reached out, and I
That's nice of
donated
you.
a gift certificate.
Yeah.
and
Very
most
nice.
of my gift certificates are used for stationery. So they do the stationery that you take to weddings and personalized stationery.
Oh,
I
good.
do a lot for kids, even now.
Yep.
Kids stationery.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
And who would you want to see on here? You said Angela. Should we
Yeah.
try to get Angie on? Okay.
Andrew would love to do this.
So we're gonna shoot for Angela. Be ready. And then her husband also does stuff too. We'll hopefully get him on too.
Yes,
Who's that?
he does.
Yep, Steven Jaboro. He doesn't. He's got his own insurance company
Oh,
that
yeah,
he
I know
does.
Stevie.
Stuff.
He's right
Yep.
next door.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Yep.
there. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I give him my business through my
Stevie's
store.
the man.
Me too. He does all my stuff.
Great guy.
Anything that we skipped or forgot or that you want to mention and
Check your notes.
I think I got everything. I didn't even look at them, but
You didn't need to.
No.
no, I think I did
This
pretty
was
good.
just going to be easy.
Honestly, it's a great business. I love it. I love what I do. I love working with my brides. It can get very, stressful at times. And it's more of, oh my God, I got to get this done. She needs them by this date.
Yeah.
But it all comes together, and I can't stress about it.
Right.
In the end,
And
they're going to go out.
You don't want to let
They're
anybody
going to get
down,
invited.
which is great.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
And I always tell everybody, at the end of the day, all these go in the garbage. So
I mean, some people
they
save
do.
them.
Who really keeps them? Some people keep them, but
Yeah.
most of them go in the garbage.
Yep. It's true.
But it sets the tone to your wedding.
Yep.
That it does, or any party really.
Yeah.
If you think about it, even corporate invites.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a big corporate company, they can use you too as well. It doesn't have
absolutely.
to be. Which is,
I actually do a lot. Somebody from the Bahamas had reached out to me one time,
Whoa.
and I did a bride there, and she was a wedding planner.
Yep.
This was like 3 or 4 years ago, and now she uses me for every wedding she plans
Nice.
That's
in
big.
the Bahamas.
That's awesome. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Prayers to them out in the Bahamas.
I
right now.
Absolutely.
know.
Man.
Yeah.
Pray to
So
them
sad.
for
A
them.
lot of stuff going on out there.
So I'm just not just in Michigan. I'm
Nationwide.
Worldwide.
Worldwide, not just-
That's why you need that 40,000 square foot
Yeah.
warehouse.
Yes. You hear that, Adiz? Better put that deposit down. So anything else you want to give to the viewers before we take off?
How about something that would encourage a
Yeah.
13 or 14-year-old girl that
To be you.
You
went
know
back
what?
when you were working for your dad
Yeah.
and
Honestly, if you've got a vision, or if you think you can do something, go for it.
yeah.
A lot of even like photographers pick up a camera,
Yeah.
starts taking pictures,
Yeah.
and before you know it, you practice and practice, and you become good.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I didn't do any of this. I didn't know how to. It was just more of printing cards, and
Yeah.
I found this, order that.
Right, right.
And now it's even on a card, you do different designs and different monograms. I didn't know I became a graphic designer. Yeah.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask you that.
I use a lot of graphic designers as often as I can, but there's a lot that I do myself.
Yeah. It saves you some money, too.
It does.
Sure.
And
And time.
Yeah,
exchange
usually
and go
your
back and
vision
forth.
too.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
vision is from your mind to put it on that paper.
Right, right.
It's a lot harder sometimes to reiterate that to
Yeah.
somebody and have them follow the same vision. So
Yeah. I have this one, Anthony, if you want to grab that one.
This?
This colored one, yep. This one I did for Lauren and Joe.
Lauren
it's
and Joe who?
Boomerang,
Okay.
oh
Lauren Bacall.
Yep.
oh yeah, okay.
So she
Yeah.
found this design pretty much online, and she came to me and she said, I want this.
This is what I want.
Yeah, and it was just this like colorful design.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And it's I think it's
Beautiful.
a Dolce
Looks like a
& Gabbana
plate.
inspired.
Yeah.
So
Or tile.
I
Yeah.
figured out a way. I
Yeah.
looked up this. It was an image that we found online.
Mm-hmm.
I saw who had posted it, clicked on that. It was a photographer who posted it. Clicked on the next link, and it kind of led me to the person who made this. And then
Design.
I ended up buying the artwork from them.
That was going to ask you. So do you have to pay royalties or purchase the
They
artwork?
let me buy the artwork.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then we used this throughout our whole entire wedding.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That is cool. It's so
It's cool.
unique and different.
Yeah.
I like that. It's my boy Joe.
Yeah.
Joe and Mac, good boys.
Yes.
I think I play poker with one of them.
I'm sure.
Did they beat you?
Always. I can't win a coin flip.
Your luck is that bad?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Only in CFL you get to win, right?
Yeah, I mean, I won 4 times out of 32 years. But
I was there 1 out of the 4.
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
3 I didn't get to see.
But
I told my husband he can't play basketball anymore.
Oh yeah, because he blew his Achilles.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
no.
posted his Achilles.
Yeah,
That's
it's a-
bad.
Yeah, Achilles not easy to come
But he
from.
still went back.
Yeah, of
he
course
does.
he did.
He plays. He was playing Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday nights for a while.
Who does he
Yeah.
play with?
Some of the Chaldeans over at what is it?
Abbott.
Abbott
Abbott,
Middle
okay.
School. Yep, over in Commerce.
Nice.
Yep. So he's over out there too. He plays.
Wild
guy.
West.
Yeah. Good guy. So beside you gave the words of encouragement to the
Yes.
kids and stuff. Anthony has a great question he likes to usually follow.
I just like to know what it means to you to be Chaldean.
I mean, it's what I love it.
Yeah.
was raised this way. I love the morals. I love, how we were raised. Everything's so important to us.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're teaching the kids more towards the Chaldean way, not the Armenian way, right?
My oldest tells
They're
you.
similar. Very
I know.
similar.
I gotta mess with
Very
him
similar.
because he always says, "My kids ain't nothing. They're not Chaldean. They're Armenian."
My oldest
So-
tells me he's Chaldean. My youngest says he's Armenian.
It's perfect.
They're half
Best
and
of
half.
both.
Yeah.
Best of both.
But they say you are what your dad is.
yeah.
But they're half and half.
I'm sure they
They're
heard
half.
that from their dad.
Little tone.
That's what I tell my kids. You are what your dad is.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So
And when I first told my parents about him, they were not having it.
thrilled.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No.
And so you shouted out your dad. Let's shout out your mom.
To my mom is Dora.
Dora the Explorer.
She is her maiden's Fumia, so she's
Okay.
Yeah, she's a Fumia, and she's the best lady ever. I know,
Yeah.
hands down. Till this day, she nannies all my nieces and nephews. Never complains.
That's awesome.
Mom of the year.
Typical Chaldean woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big heart. Always giving.
Mm-hmm.
Very selfless.
Always. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Never
God bless
complains.
her.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah. So, we try to teach them both languages. It's just hard.
I think that's great.
I
if
think
you
it's
can-
harder just because he doesn't speak it. He understands everything though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He understands it.
Yep.
all.
Yep.
He does speak.
He speak Arabic, yeah, full
Yes.
Arabic, so I get to get along with
No
him
kidding.
on that. Yeah,
They
yeah.
Yeah, I
were
heard you
born in
talking to him
Iraq,
earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Yep.
kidding.
Yeah.
Yep. He's,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in Basra.
Wow.
He's got a story.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? For him to get, I wouldn't mind getting him on, but how he got here, he went through
Yeah.
multiple countries before he finally
Yeah.
made it over here to this country.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came right outside of after high school, I believe it was, right in
Yeah,
that.
he was young.
Yep, he was young right after high school.
Oh, man.
Well, it's funny because when you always try to chop it up with him, like, man, you remember when me and Babs were younger and this, he's like,
Yeah.
Breeze, I didn't get here till I was like 18, 19 years old, so I didn't have no high school with
Yeah,
you
he
guys.
didn't.
So,
He
but
didn't.
he did. He ended up going from Iraq to, I think he went to was it Jordan or
he
Turkey?
Went to a lot.
Yeah, and then
he doesn't
Greece.
like Turkey.
Oh yeah, Turkey. He doesn't. He was in
What
Greece
about
for a
chicken?
He likes chicken.
Okay.
while. He went to
He went to Cyprus,
Yep,
and
yep.
to California,
yeah,
Toronto.
LA
He's
for a
been all
while.
over.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
finally
him.
made it over
Yeah.
here. So
But it's hard. So we try to teach them.
Mm.
So my in-laws speak to them in Armenian as much as they can. My parents
That's
in
good.
Chaldean,
Which
And
is
they,
great.
They know a little
You'll be
bit,
surprised
but
how
not
much
as
they pick up, how much they
I know.
absorb, you know?
Yeah.
And you got to do it then.
Yeah.
Because like somebody who said to me, it's not too late to learn now. Like,
No,
it,
it's
Really?
not.
it's
But it's
not
not.
too late.
It's not,
It's
though.
true.
It's not.
It's a
But it
true.
should be harder.
And they know all the bad words first.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
of course they do. Because when you say no to them, it's yes.
Well, because the bad words get a reaction out of everyone,
Yeah.
so they want to
Yeah.
remember what,
Yeah.
what got the reaction, so they
Yeah.
can so they can create the reaction.
They're badasses.
Yeah.
Well, Tone is. He's
this is
he's my buddy. He just be popping up as soon as we're talking. And
Well, thank you so much
Yep.
for sharing your
thank you for
story.
having
Come
me.
on
This was
out,
great.
share your products and your
Thank
services.
so make sure next
Anytime.
wedding, next event,
Anything you
anything you
guys
could
need.
think of where you need to place a type of invitation or anything that has to do with commodities at a party.
Yep.
See,
And
Jen?
we'll post all of the
Yep.
ways to contact her and reach out to her, all her social
Absolutely.
handles and all that good stuff. And don't forget to subscribe to Keeping Up with the Chaldeans so you can get the notifications that a new show's out.
Yep.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much
Awesome,
for joining
Jen.
us.
Keep
so
up
much
the
for
great
having me.
work,
Thank you.
and we want to see 2019 and on
19's up
20.
there.
Oh, it is
2020.
2020 then.
2020, her
Yep.
and Trump.
Yep,
Yep.
2020. Heard. Awesome.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Peace
you.
out, everybody.
Bye.